Okay. Uh, Good morning. My name is Ankita, and I'll be taking your computer basics and general knowledge. Okay. So before we start the session today, uh, you all are appearing for the CET, right? And you must have done your 12th now from commerce. So I just wanted to ask you that do you have any IT background? Like, okay, you must have appeared for commerce IT exams. Anybody else? Okay. So, since you must have, you are using mobile phones and very much active on social media. So today, since it's the first session, and I'll first thing I'll discuss is the syllabus with you. Okay. So what you see on the screen is now your exam is of say 100 questions for 90 minutes. Okay. Every question has 1 mark and there is no negative marking. Okay, you must be aware about this. Now, negative marking means what? Suppose if you are appearing 5 questions and out of them, say one or two goes wrong. So they have some kind of penalty on those negative markings. So आपने जितना score किया उससे double minus हो जाता है. So all that scenario is not over here. Okay, at the first place. Now, next thing is your paper is divided into certain, you can say topics. Okay, so very first topic is English language. Now you have must have appeared for your English papers. So you know what comes like passages, okay, and then the questions based on the passage. Okay, so of course you have the separate English teacher, she'll be looking after this particular section. Then next is reasoning. Now reasoning is like they'll give you a set of questions, like say they'll ask you show you an image, and they might ask you that this image can be drawn in how many different patterns. Okay, they might give you some kind of rectangle, triangle, or some kind of some diagram which is merged of those two parts, and they might ask you that in how many different types you can draw this particular diagram. So that kind of reasoning, and of course logical as well as verbal reasoning. Okay, and next comes is okay, your general knowledge and computer basics. Now, in general knowledge, what it is expected that they expect that you know something about the current affairs. Now, I don't know how much you people read newspapers, but I think you should start from today itself. So it's a suggestion that when I talk about general knowledge and that too about current affairs, okay, when I talk about general knowledge and that to current affairs, then you are definitely bound to read newspapers. So if you're not reading, at least till your exam, start reading. Okay. And basically, questions based on current affairs, national as well as international, is asked from, you can say, from the past 6 months to 1 year, not more than that. Okay. So tentatively, we can assume that they might take topics related to current affairs from the past 6 months or to past 1 year. Okay. That is the first thing. Second thing is your next is your computer basics. Of course, in GK, what else they can ask is questions based on culture. Okay, then for example, you can say that there is a tribe in Rajasthan. There are different tribes. So and so tribe belongs to which state. Okay, such simplified levels of questions might be asked. Next is they can ask you questions on inventions, scientific discoveries. Okay, then next we come to computer basics. Now in computer basics, they will ask you questions like, now your syllabus, since I am taking your computers, your syllabus is based on basics of computers. Okay, first we talk about basics like how a computer is organized, what are the devices which are connected to your computer, that is input device, output device. Okay, okay, then next is they will ask you questions based on what is the structure of the instructions which are given to the computer. Okay, we'll go in every topic in detail. I'm just telling you in general. Next is the types of memories which are connected, used in your computer system. Then as I said, input output devices. So which are different input output devices. Next is backup devices. What are backup devices which can be used by the user to take the data backup? And the basics of internet. Now, when I talk about internet, then anything that is related to your social media. Okay, so assuming looking after the sample question paper which I have got, the questions might be basic, but then of course it is related more basics of internet ke jo questions rahenge, they might be on, you can say, related to more of your general knowledge related to computers. Okay, so first, okay, so I think we should start with, I'll start with computer basics first, and you'll get the worksheets, and sometime we'll discuss the worksheets as well. Okay, so first I talk about organization of computer. Any basic idea about what can be a computer, like a generalized definition? It's not hard and fast I'm supposed to answer, but a very generalized definition. According to you, you're using laptops and computers, right? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? At least looking at the diagram. You don't have to worry. ऐसा computers नहीं आता है तो ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा, ऐसा issue नहीं है. Generalized questions, as I said, which can be asked, but you should have some basic knowledge about computers. So when you're using a computer, have you thought about that? What are you using? What is the screen? How this program I'm clicking and it is opening? Nobody? Okay. So see, when I talk about organization of a computer, that means when a computer is built. So it is built up of these are the basic units your computer is built of. Okay. So very first thing you talk about is the CPU. You know the CPU at least. You have desktops at home. So there is a dabba which you see. Okay. And what is that dabba? It has, have you seen some fan rotating inside? कहीं ऐसा साइड में कहीं पे यूल सी देयर आर होल्स लाइक जाली जैसा है, आप वहां पे सिर्फ हाथ लगाएंगे तो यूल सी देयर सम वार्म एयर कमिंग आउट. ओके, सो दैट एंटायर सीपीयू कंप्राइजेस ऑफ मेनी थिंग्स. ओके, उसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें रहती है जो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम स्टार्ट करने के लिए रहती है. यू नो प्रोसेसर्स, यू नो कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर्स. See, processor, if I say that processor is the heart of my system, then my entire CPU is the brain of my system. I purchase a computer from the market, but I don't have the processor with it. So will I be able to turn on the system? प्रोसेसर ही नहीं है उसमें तो वो टर्न ऑन होगा क्या? नहीं होगा. सो प्रोसेसर मींस व्हाट, एज आई सेड, हार्ट ऑफ योर सिस्टम. अभी आप ये जो देख रहे हैं, ये मैंने एप्लीकेशन ओपन किया, मिनिमाइज किया, फिर कहीं पे आई वेंट टू सम अदर फोल्डर, वहां से मैंने कुछ पिकअप किया, मैंने कुछ ऑन किया. सो दीज आर द एप्लीकेशंस व्हिच इज सपोर्टेड बाय माय प्रोसेसर. नाउ प्रोसेसर के पास भी एक चीज रहती है कॉल्ड एज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. Okay, now operating system means what? See, just try when you go home, when you turn on the system, no, आपका जो CPU पे पावर का बटन है, आप जैसे ही प्रेस करेंगे, you will hear one beep, one small beep, or might your system might not beep, but you will see आपका कीबोर्ड फ्लैश होगा, आपका मॉनिटर का जो बटन है जिसपे पावर लाइट रहता है वो फ्लैश होगा. ठीक है, आपने अगर पेन ड्राइव कनेक्ट किया है सिस्टम पे वो फ्लैश होगा. सो दैट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज नथिंग, इट इज अ सिंगल प्रोग्राम. ओके, ओके, इट इज, आप जैसे एक आंसर लिखते हैं ना पेपर में, सपोज मैंने आपको बोला राइट समथिंग अबाउट से व्हाटएवर, से योर फेवरेट फूड और योर फेवरेट एक्टर. सो आप जो भी कंटेंट लिखेंगे, आपने क्या लिखा, एक डेटा मर्ज करके लिख लिया उसके बारे में. ठीक है, सो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज समथिंग लाइक दैट ओनली. Okay, operating system means it is collecting all the data which it thinks the user might require, and then it lets the user use it. First place. Second thing, what happens is, now as I said, it is collection of programs. Now these programs are what I am using. I used Microsoft Word. I'm using PDF. Then this is an image which I could copy paste. Okay, so when I talk about processor, it is the heart of my system. Okay, again my processor. So where you want me to stand? Udhar hi. Okay. Okay. So as I said, the processor is the heart of my computer system. It comprises of an operating system. So have you heard about Linux, Unix, Windows सुना है? आपके पास Windows रहेगा. Windows क्या है? Operating system है. मैंने आप जो कंप्यूटर के लिए पैसा, you pay to the company. Suppose you are purchasing a desktop, say for 30,000, 40,000. Get in, please. So what are you paying basically the manufacturer for? Of course, even for the operating system, and it keeps on updating. आपके फोन में ये जो आपका Android दिखता है, आपके वर्जन दिखते हैं अलग अलग एंड्रॉइड के, सिक्योरिटी अपडेट्स आती है, सिस्टम अपडेट्स आती है, तो ये कहाँ से आती है? दिस इज व्हाट इज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. सो अगर आपको एक कंप्यूटर सिस्टम यूज करना है तो आपको ओएस लगेगा. आप अगर ओएस के बगैर कंप्यूटर लाके खड़ा रख देंगे और बोलिए अब ये चालू होना चाहिए, इसमें अभी मैं इमेजेस बनाऊंगा, वीडियोस बनाऊंगा, यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. Understanding? So that is the basic. Then, as I said, I talk about CPU. Now CPU, that dabba which I was talking about, it comprises of your RAM. कभी देखा है CPU खोल के? Have you ever tried? कभी खराब हुआ है desktop? Okay. So if in case, I hope it doesn't happen, but in case your desktop goes off and you call somebody to repair it, you please see that there is a RAM chip which you can, there are slots for the RAM. And what is the RAM? आप phone खरीदते हैं ना? When you are purchasing a phone, okay, when you're purchasing a phone, you always check what is the processor, कितना रैम है फोन में, एंड आपने इतना डिफरेंस चेक किया रहेगा कि जितना ज्यादा रैम आप लेंगे उतना प्राइस फोन का बढ़ जाता है. ओके, सो व्हाई इज रैम रिक्वायर्ड? इट इज काय झालं? नावं लिहून घ्यायचं वेळेचं. Okay, so we come back to the memory of your system. As I was on your, yes, last bench, I would not like any disturbances. Since it's my first lecture, I would like you to be very sweet and nice with me. So I continue to be the same throughout. Okay, so as I said, we were talking about memory. Now, when you're purchasing a mobile phone, you must have seen that it comes along with types of RAM. Okay, like 4 GB RAM, then 16 GB, 8 GB, and you must have seen that the price keeps on increasing with the amount of increase in RAM. Okay, now see, when I talk about a program, now what you're seeing on my system is a Microsoft Word, which is open. Now it is basically a program, and that program is in execution. Execution means it is running. Okay, that is why it is on my screen. Suppose if I minimize, it will still run. Suppose if I minimize, it will still run, but in the background. You must be aware about the foreground and the background. Foreground means what you see on the screen using your user interface. Okay. And background means something that is happening at the back of your screen. So if I minimize this, it is running, but in the background. And if I again maximize it, then it is running in the foreground. So it is a program which is in execution. It is being running. Okay. And that running stops when I close this particular window. So it gets disclosed from, you close it, you terminate it from the fore end and including and the back end. Okay. So all these small things, they all come into this particular block, that is CPU. Now you see there is written as main. That main is your main memory, as I said. Again, memory comes into many types. एक आपने सिर्फ RAM सुना, ROM सुना है कभी? Now RAM stands for random access memory and ROM is read only memory. तो जो मैंने ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम बताया ना आपको, ठीक है, तो वो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम किसके पास रहता है? ROM मेमोरी के पास रहता है. सपोज मैंने आपको बोला आपने नया कंप्यूटर लिया है, वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम यू आर टर्निंग इट ऑन, सिस्टम ऑन हो गया, यू यूज्ड इट, वेरी हैप्पी, यू टर्न्ड इट ऑफ. Tomorrow when you turn it on, it should turn on, right? Your operating system should be detected and it should again start up. आपने जो कल फाइल्स बनाई थी वो आपको एक्सेस करने के लिए मिलनी चाहिए, ठीक है? तो अगर ये पर्टिकुलर रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी रैम के अंदर अगर ये ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होता तो वो चला जाता, क्योंकि रैम का काम क्या है? जो प्रोसेस करंटली रनिंग में है ना, उसी को वो अपने पास रखता है. एक बार आपने सिस्टम टर्न ऑफ कर दिया, रैम क्लियर हो जाता. इज दैट क्लियर? इसीलिए ROM is read only memory. Every time you turn on the system, it keeps on reading data. That means it keeps on reading the operating system data. फिर जो भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है उसको लोड करता है, सिस्टम ऑन होता है, एंड आपको जो भी एप्लीकेशंस डिफॉल्ट डेस्कटॉप पे आई है आप उसको यूज करते हैं, ठीक है? सो दिस इज द मेजर डिफरेंस इन दैट RAM and ROM memory, and that comes into the memory part. Second is control unit. Control unit is, अभी ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड ओपन है तो इट इज स्टैटिक, नो, इट इज ओपन. वो ऐसा ब्लिंक हो रहा है कि अपने मन से ऑन ऑफ हो रहा है क्या? द प्रोसेसर इज कंट्रोलिंग what it is controlling, that the user has kept a Microsoft Word document on the main screen, then it has to be there till the user gives any command. Okay, so all these small, this is the laptop rather. अगर आपका डेस्कटॉप है तो कीबोर्ड एंड योर CPU, they are all connected, either wired or wireless. You must be aware about that. ठीक है, तो अगर वायर्ड है तो उसका वो कनेक्टेड है क्या, बराबर से मूव हो रहा है क्या, यूजर ने अगर इस डायरेक्शन में माउस मूव किया तो वहां पे माउस का कर्सर जा रहा है क्या, ये सारी चीजें कंट्रोल करने का काम किसका है? कंट्रोल यूनिट का. ओके, एंड देन वी कम टू ALU, that is called as arithmetic and logic unit. I'll repeat, arithmetic logic unit. Now as you know, arithmetic means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logical, since you are coming from the commerce background, there I'll just give you one simple example. You have used calculators, not in the mobile phone, I'm talking about calculators otherwise. Now those calculators, they consist of these logical operations called as ANDing. Now when I say AND, then it is say addition. Okay, if I say there is something like AND or not nor, these are different gates. Okay, आपका कैलकुलेटर ओपन करेंगे ना तो उसमें भी छोटे छोटे सर्किट्स दिखेंगे आपको, ठीक है? सो एवरीथिंग इज इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली डेवलप्ड. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, जब आप कैलकुलेटर पे ऐसा 1 2 3 लिखते हैं तो उसका डिस्प्ले अलग है. कभी देखा, इट इज अ 7 सेगमेंट डिस्प्ले. आप लिफ्ट पे जब लिफ्ट का डिस्प्ले चेक करेंगे तो कभी देखा है कैसा अलग डिस्प्ले आता है ना? देयर आर डिफरेंट लाइंस. जस्ट अ मिनिट, आई कम, मला चॉक द्या ना. There are such lines you must have seen. I don't know whether you must have noticed or not. And suppose if it is on, say, second floor, so this particular thing is highlighted like this. So this is called a 7 segment display. Why? Because it has 7 segments. Okay. Now where was I? Okay, arithmetic logic unit. So when you use the calculator, आप अगर उसका स्क्रीन देखेंगे तो वो ऐसा ही रहता है. आप कोई भी नंबर प्रेस करेंगे वो इसी फॉर्मेट में दिखेगा. Now what happens is, you pressed 1, but the system which is inside the calculator does not know that you pressed 1. उसको नहीं समझता है. तो वो कैसे कन्वर्ट होगा? with the logical gate. Okay, वो 1, see, when you talk about, I'm talking to you with a common language. You understand English? I'm talking in English. I have barriers in language. Few languages I can speak few I cannot. Something which is common between us, we are discussing things on that. So similar is with the computer. कंप्यूटर को जो लैंग्वेज समझती है वो सिर्फ 0 और 1 की, ओनली 0 and 1. जो भी डेटा आप कंप्यूटर, आपका कंप्यूटर पीछे प्रोसेस कर रहा है वो सिर्फ इस दो नंबर्स में ही कर रहा है, आइदर 0 और 1. Okay, so computer understands only the language of 0 and 1, that is called as a binary language basically. Okay, now when I say that computer is understanding only binary, मैंने तो उसको number 2 दे दिया, that is a digit, right? So how will the computer understand what is the user trying to do? तो ये जो logical gates है ना, वो क्या करते हैं, वो 2 को binary में convert करते और फिर processing करते. ठीक है, फिर processing करने का suppose 2 को binary में convert कर लिया, and suppose the user had performed 2 plus 3, suppose, ठीक है, 2 का बाइनरी कन्वर्ट किया, 3 का बाइनरी कन्वर्ट किया विद द हेल्प ऑफ लॉजिकल यूनिट. अभी एडिशन करना है तो वो कौन करेगा, अरिथमेटिक यूनिट. अंडरस्टूड. एंड फाइनली जो भी रिजल्ट रहेगा उसको वापस बाइनरी में कन्वर्ट करके यूजर को डिस्प्ले किया जाए. सो दीज आर द बेसिक थिंग्स व्हिच आर हैपनिंग विद द सीपीयू. देन वी कम टू द इनपुट आउट. सेकेंडरी मेमोरी. Secondary memory is what you attach it externally with your system. We have external hard disks, we have external RAMs, then we have even your USB pen drives. Okay, whatever memory which is acting as a peripheral. Now peripheral means मेहमान, मेरे system के मेहमान है, वो permanently मेरे system के साथ नहीं रहते. Is that clear? So those come into secondary memory. Then input output unit, as I said, at least आप मुझे system के input devices बता सकते हैं. Basic question है, आपको सिस्टम यूज करना है, कमांड देने हैं, तो कौन से डिवाइसेस है जो आपके सिस्टम से कनेक्टेड है फिलहाल, जो उसको इनपुट देने के लिए हेल्प करेंगे. देन माउस, देन yes, okay. So for timing, suppose if I say I have a monitor, I have a keyboard, mouse and CPU. Okay, so my keyboard and my mouse can act as my input device. CPU is not my input device क्योंकि उसके ऊपर मदरबोर्ड है, मदरबोर्ड पे रैम है और बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कंपोनेंट्स है जो सिस्टम बिल्ड कर रहा है. ठीक है, नाउ इफ आई आस्क अबाउट आउटपुट डिवाइसेस, मैंने इनपुट दे दिया, अभी आउटपुट डिवाइस मींस व्हाट, सिस्टम इज रिप्लाइंग टू मी, सिस्टम इज trying to show me the result which I had asked the system to show. So output क्या रहेगा, louder please, execution. But अगर दिखेगा कैसे, screen, the monitor, that is my output device. Understand me? आप print करते हैं ना commands, printer use करते हैं, घर पे रहेगा या xerox machine or whatever, wherever you go, so that printer is also an output device. आपने उसको बोला ये print करके दे दो ना, तो उसने आपको print करके दे दिया. So it is coming from the system, coming out from the system. Now input means you are giving insight to the system. So I'm typing something in the Word document with the help of keyboard, giving to the system. I'm clicking something on the screen with the help of mouse, giving to the system. Suppose I want to scan a particular image, there is a scanner. So I am putting the particular paper, I close the flap of my scanner and press the scan button. तो वो जा किसको रहा है, system को जा रहा है. So that is an understood. So this is how you have to categorize your devices. Okay, system devices. Okay, so I think we start with the worksheets. So with every questions we can discuss the topics in detail. Okay. Okay, students who are online, I hope I am audible and I hope you are understanding. If any doubts, you can please ask in the chat box. Okay, so the very first question we start is that, can anybody read it out for me? I know, but anybody? See, it has to be an interactive session. I completely understand you come from the commerce background, you have very little knowledge of computers, but when you go through the questions, you will be able to answer them because you are very tech savvy. That is what I assume. Okay, so first question, anybody? I'm not going to grade you, so you don't have to worry for that. Anybody? First question says a process is, yes, very good. A process is a program. As I said, ये जो Microsoft Word document अभी चालू है, what is that? It is a process and it is in execution. Can anybody tell me what kind of execution it is, in foreground or background? Foreground. Suppose if I minimize it to the background. Okay. So if you want to make any running notes, you can. I really don't mind. आपको कुछ note down करना है, you can do that. That's fine. Next, we go to the next question is, what is the smallest unit of information? You know, bit, byte, ये सुना है? Byte means 1000 bytes, 1000 bits, only 1000 bits. Anybody? Sorry? No.
Hello.
The bill is out. Yes.
Oh, I don't have the worksheet. So what should I do?
You just listen to the questions which I'm discussing. If you want, I think I have it. I'll see if I can share. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody? Yeah, we come back to the bit and byte. 1008 bit equals to 1 byte. Okay. Must be GK. That's GK. You can keep it aside. They must have given you both. दूसरा वाला भी है. इसमें है ना? Give it back. Yeah. Anybody? Now, as I said, दोनों GK है. आप बता के आना पड़ेगा. या फिर yeah, it's better you go because you will have to keep this worksheet with you. Anybody else? The language my computer understands is only either 0 or 1. Of course, it is not always only 0 or only 1. It is combination of zeros and 1. Okay. So suppose if I write something like this, so it is called as a binary number basically. Okay. तो अगर मैंने 0 और 1 के combination से एक number बनाया है, so it is also called as byte. Now, if I talk about only a single bit, so it is either 0 or 1. But suppose if I say that I am talking about a byte, so 8 bits will make 1 byte. 8 bit means ये मैंने 4 लिखे थे, मैं और 4 लिख देती हूँ. So this entire thing is called as a understood. So अगर मैं बोलती हूँ कि मुझे बाइट और बिट का डिफरेंस बता दो, तो सबसे छोटा कौन है? बिट कितने बिट्स का है? एक ही बिट का. ये बाइट कितने बिट्स का है? तो सबसे छोटा कौन हो गया? बिट. So you can mark the answer as bit.
Ma'am, have you clicked on the sheet because I can't see it?
But I've already shared it. It's
Okay.
already
Mom,
on the
we don't
screen.
have access to it. Like it's not yet clicked.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check. Yeah. Okay. Done. So first question, a program in execution, a process is a program in execution. The smallest unit of information in any computer, now it can be even a laptop, even your mobile phone, is a bit, a single bit. So now you know at least the difference between a bit and a byte. Okay, next question is, how many colors dots make up 1 pixel on a screen? So now, do you know that this monitor, what you are using, or even your TV screen, it is made up of such small dots? Are you aware about it? And there is a technique that these dots are interconnected, and then whatever image you see is displayed to you on the screen. Now, every dot on your monitor has some kind of value. Okay. पहले पुराने डब्बा टीवी याद है? Those are called as CRT monitors. Okay, CRT screens, TV screens. Now, why उसमें cathode ray tube use होता था? Like there was a beam which used to continuously fire some kind of electrons, and with the help of the electrons it used to glow that particular dot on the screen. Now this dot has three color values, R, G, B. R stands for red, G stands for green, B stands for standard. आप कोई भी कलर बनाना रहेगा ना, ये तीनों के कॉम्बिनेशन से ही कोई भी कलर बनता है. So that is why every pixel on your computer screen is made up of three standard color values, and that is RGB, that is red, green and blue. So the question asked, so what can be the answer for that? 3. Okay, is that clear? Any doubt? Okay, next we go to the next question is, now this is a very basic general knowledge question kind of, yes, that who developed the basic architecture of computers. Now you are not aware, you can mark option 3, that is John von Neumann. So now when I say John von Neumann, so the computer architecture is also called as von Neumann architecture. So paper might have a question like, which architecture is called as von Neumann architecture? So don't get confused. A computer architecture is also called as von Neumann architecture. Why? Because it was developed by John von Neumann. Okay. Next question we go to. We are solving the worksheet, computer worksheet. Okay. Next question we go to. Fourth one. Okay. Okay. We'll go to fourth one now. Which of the following is the extension of Notepad? Have you used Notepad? सेव करते टाइम कभी देखा है कैसे सेव होता है? Sure. Yes. Anybody online? Do you know?
.txt.
Do you know what is the extension for a Word document? I just simply, ma'am, open a Word document, paste the content, and I just click on save. I don't really mind in whatever format it saves. Images कौन से format में save होती है ये मालूम है? फोन में आप जो क्लिक करते हैं, कभी चेक किया है? JPG, JPEG, PNG, ये formats है, ठीक है? That the image can be saved in different types. Same is with your Word document. PowerPoint कैसे save होता है? Anybody? .ppt or pptx. Similarly is Word document. .doc, that is doc, or docx. So these are few extensions you have to keep in mind. They might even ask you that for any extension, just like how they ask for Notepad. तो Notepad में आप images copy paste कर सकते हैं क्या? कभी ट्राई किया? आज करना घर जाके. So अगर आप images copy paste नहीं कर सकते, you cannot copy paste any URL or rather, sorry, any video or audio. So that means it is a very static application which allows you to interact with only text. That is the reason the extension is .txt. Please mark it. Is that clear? Okay. Why is Notepad a .txt using .txt and extension? Because it cannot use insert images. It cannot make it interactive. That means it is only dealing with text. So if it is dealing with text, now document, of course, when I say I have a document can have anything. It can have a URL, active URL. It can have images. It can have videos. It can have audios, which I can play in the foreground. Okay. I can copy paste images. I can make changes with that image, the shape, size, color, background. Okay. So it is a very interactive page. So then that is the reason I call it as a document. So Word has an extension .doc. Okay. And presentations are in slides. They are not in documents. So that is the reason, and you are creating a presentation. So that is the reason it has an extension as .ppt or pptx. Okay. Now next question is, which of the following allows simultaneous write and read operations? Now, as I said, two memories, if I told you, ROM and RAM. ROM was read-only. RAM was random access memory. So if I say ROM is, as the name says, read-only, can it perform writing? So can RAM perform writing? It is randomly accessing. It is reading as well as it is writing. मैंने क्या बोला था? RAM में वही processes है जो currently execute हो रहे हैं. ठीक है? So if it is currently executing, this Word document is currently executing. मैं इसमें बोलते बोलते आपको सिखाते सिखाते कुछ editing करती हूँ, so it is allowing me to edit, right? It is allowing me to write to that particular program which is in execution. So it is a read as well as write memory. Okay, so the answer is RAM. RAM stands for, please mark it. Okay, next question is which of the following is not considered as peripheral devices? I already told you what are peripheral devices. They are you're my guest for 5 sessions. So peripheral devices are the guests to your computer system. You attach, they're portable. You attach them whenever you want. You keep them aside whenever you don't want. So anybody just go through the options and can anybody just make a wild guess? Keyboard. Then what is the next option? CPU, keyboard, monitor, and all of the above. Peripheral devices. Anything that is connected, anything that is connected to my system. Externally connected.
Keyboard.
Okay, somebody says keyboard. Then anybody else? It is a wild guess. Paper ऐसे ही solve करना है. Since you are having a commerce background, you have to be very quick and you just have 90 minutes. And you have to solve 100 questions. And your target has to be 100 questions. Okay, 15 questions are based on computers. I'll repeat, 15 are based on your general knowledge, that is your GK. 40 are for English and 30 are for your reasoning. So you cannot have any scope of skipping anything. Anybody? You just have to make a guess. Wrong to wrong.
CPU.
Who says CPU? CPU? Anybody else who says CPU? Okay, I have many online who are saying CPU. Then peripheral devices. ऐसे चलो I'll make the question more simplified. ऐसा device जिसको मैं disconnect भी करूं तो भी मेरे system को harm नहीं होगा. Like I can either partially stop using the system, but I cannot completely stop using the system.
Keyboard.
But question is peripheral devices का मतलब मैंने बताया. Question उल्टा है. Question अच्छे से read करो. मैंने आपको सिर्फ पेरिफेरल डिवाइसेस का मतलब बताया. मैं सीपीयू डिस्कनेक्ट कर लूं, सिस्टम चालू रहेगा क्या? तो वो पेरिफेरल डिवाइस होगा क्या? तो क्या आंसर होगा? मैंने आपको क्या बताया कि पेरिफेरल डिवाइसेस का मतलब क्या? कुछ डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया तो 100% सिस्टम एक्सेस डिसेबल नहीं होगा. तो ये क्वेश्चन उल्टा है ना कि ऐसा डिवाइस जो उसको आप डिस्कनेक्ट, मतलब अगर उसको डिस्कनेक्ट ही कर लिया तो आपका सिस्टम डिसेबल हो जाएगा. तो सीपीयू नो, इट इज नॉट अ पेरिफेरल डिवाइस. अगर सीपीयू को पेरिफेरल में कंसीडर किया तो सिस्टम चालू भी कैसे होगा? Okay, so please mark CPU as your answer. You have, it's a first session. We'll keep on going on and on, but this is how you'll have to, just train yourself. थोड़ा बहुत logical, सिर्फ logical and reasoning में ही logical reasoning नहीं चलता है. Computers में भी उसी का ही काम है. Okay, so please mark CPU as the answer. Okay, next is which of the following computer memory is the fastest? Now there are 4 options. What is the first option? Register. Second one, third one, and last one. Okay, so when I talk about RAM, of course I said it is on the motherboard. It is in the form of a chip, RAM chip. Okay, then hard disk, again it is connected on your motherboard. Now when I talk about register, register is nothing but it is there internally. You remember the architecture which I had displayed on the screen? ठीक है, तो वो जो memory part मैंने बताया ना, उसके अंदर it is a unit of memory called as register. Now when I say register, okay, so it is basically a small block of memory. So ये register कब काम आता है? अभी मैंने ये minimize किया था, maximize किया था, ठीक है. तो ये जो भी फाइल मैंने क्रिएट करी है वो पूरी की पूरी फाइल कहीं पे सेव नहीं होती है. आप एक वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट बनाते हो, you save it on the desktop, so you feel that you have saved it on the desktop, but for the system it is not on the desktop. Okay, for the system it is either it is always in the hard disk. क्योंकि रैम क्या करता है? रैम के पास सिर्फ जो करंटली रनिंग प्रोसेसेस है वही सेव होते हैं. सिस्टम ऑफ किया, रैम खाली हो गया. समझा? तो जो अगर आपने सिस्टम ऑफ किया और रैम में आपने फाइल सेव किया था, सिस्टम ऑफ किया तो आपका फाइल भी चला जाएगा. सो इट इज ऑलवेज इन द हार्ड डिस्क. सो जो सेकेंडरी मेमोरी मैंने बताया ना, हमेशा याद रखना वो हार्ड डिस्क है और प्राइमरी मेमोरी हमेशा आपका रैम रहता है. ठीक है, सो कीप दिस टू थिंग इन माइंड. प्राइमरी मेमोरी इज ऑलवेज योर रैम, secondary memory is always your hard disk. So whatever data is being saved is saved where? In this hard disk, and that hard disk comprises of various, you can say, register blocks, and the block means it is a single unit of memory block. Now the size of that block again depends on the partitioning of the system. मतलब system खुद decide करता है कि मुझे उसको variable partitioning करना है या fix करना है. Fix मतलब इसका size मैंने बोल दिया 2 MB, तो ये permanently fix हो गया, 2 MB रहेगा till the system is of no use. But if I keep this particular block as variable, size variable means वो यूजर के फाइल के हिसाब से उसका साइज चेंज होगा. ठीक है, यूजर का फाइल 1 MB का है तो 1 MB डेटा सेव करेगा. यूजर का फाइल 4 MB का है तो क्या करेगा, और दूसरा 1-2 ब्लॉक ले लेगा उसके रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से और वहां पे फाइल सेव कर देगा. तो आपका फाइल बेसिकली इज ब्रोकन इनटू पीसेस and saved wherever the block is available, and when you try to access it, it is all connected back into one and showed to you on your screen. That is how the system works. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने वो आपने डेस्कटॉप तो डेस्कटॉप करके कुछ रहेगा मेमोरी में उधर सेव होता है, वैसा कभी नहीं होता. ठीक है, it is quite vast, but I'm just telling you on top. So that is the very smallest unit. No, if I compare it with hard disk and if I compare it with RAM, सबसे छोटा क्या है मेरे पास, एक block of memory, and assuming that that block of memory say of 1 MB or 2 MB or 16 KB maximum, सबसे छोटे में जाओगे तो, so that is the smallest one. Okay, so please mark the answer as register. Okay, next is which of the following operations are performed by ALU? ALU stands for arithmetic logic unit. You know arithmetic means all of your addition, subtraction, all kind of mathematical operations. Logical, as I said, ANDing, ORing. ANDing means logical ANDing, logical ORing. तो ये जो question के options है, just go through it. What do you think? What can be the answer? Square root, फिर exponential है ना second option, फिर डेटा मैनिपुलेशन. हाँ, तो सिर्फ स्क्वायर रूट क्यों, लॉजिकल पार्ट भी तो है ना. मैंने बताया ना कैलकुलेटर में उसको कन्वर्ट करना है, ऐड करना है, तो बाइनरी वगैरह मतलब जो डेटा है, आई वाज एडिंग नंबर 2 and 3, ये डेटा है ना मेरा, तो उसको कन्वर्ट कर रहा है, मैनिपुलेट कर रहा है, तो डेटा मैनिपुलेशन भी कर रहा है. एक्सपोनेंशियल इज पार्ट ऑफ योर मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशंस. सो अरिथमेटिक, स्क्वायर रूट, एक्सपोनेंशियल, डेटा मैनिपुलेशन. क्योंकि एएलयू एक ही यूनिट नहीं है, 2 यूनिट्स है, अरिथमेटिक भी है और लॉजिकल भी है. तो सिर्फ अरिथमेटिक नहीं होगा, लॉजिकल भी होगा ना. जैसा आई सेड आई वाज एडिंग 2 and 3, सो 2 and 3 माय सिस्टम डज नॉट नो. उसको क्या समझता था, कौन सा लैंग्वेज, बाइनरी लैंग्वेज, एंड बाइनरी इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ 0 and 1. So if it is in form of 0 and 1, तो I have to manipulate that data, no, I have to change the data. तो वो कौन कर रहा है, लॉजिकल पार्ट कर रहा है. So can I say all of the above is the answer? Please mark it. Any doubt till now? Anybody? Okay, next we go to the next question is which of the following format is used to store data? Store data. What are the options there? Can anybody read out? Decimal, octal, BCD. Now ये जो 4 options है ना, इनको ये fall into a category of number system. There is something called as number system in your computers. Now सब कुछ binary में समझता है, but user को तो binary नहीं समझता ना. When student comes to us and we start with the basics of computers, we always teach them number system. Now number system means what? My system understands only binary. अभी binary समझता है तो मुझे तो कुछ चाहिए ना जो उससे communicate कर सके. So what we have, मुझे तो सिर्फ 1 2 3 ऐसे decimal numbers ही आते हैं. ठीक है, तो उसका decimal और binary का conversion भी आना चाहिए ना. अगर आपको engineer बनना है computers में, तो डेसिमल से बाइनरी का कन्वर्जन नहीं आया, सिस्टम का लैंग्वेज नहीं समझ में आया, तो आप क्या क्या ही कर पाएंगे. सो वी हैव दिस नंबर सिस्टम व्हिच कंसिस्ट ऑफ डेसिमल, ऑक्टल, हेक्साडेसिमल, ओके, नाउ एंड बाइनरी. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, ये नंबर सिस्टम में सब कन्वर्जन सीखते हैं हम लोग कि आप डेसिमल से बाइनरी में कैसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे. फिर हेक्साडेसिमल, अभी डेसिमल से बाइनरी, तो डेसिमल का रेंज मैं आपको बोलूं स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम से 0 to 9. नाउ व्हेन आई से 0 to 9, आप नंबर सिस्टम ले लो, सारे नंबर्स ये रेंज से ही बने. If I say 150, 150, they lie with this range. If I say 2537, all these numbers lie from this range. तो आपके नंबर सिस्टम में जितने भी नंबर्स आप बनाते हैं, ठीक है, डेसिमल या फ्रैक्शनल, वो किसके रेंज में से बनते हैं? 0 to 9. बाइनरी तो सवाल ही नहीं आता, दो ही डिजिट्स है, 0 और, that is why it is called binary, bi, by and then nary. Okay, by means 2. Okay, then I say hexadecimal. तो hexadecimal means what? ये जो आपने ये देखा था ना, ये जो मैंने बनाया था 7 सेगमेंट डिस्प्ले, तो आपके लिफ्ट पे कभी एरर आया, सपोज लिफ्ट इज नॉट वर्किंग, तो वो कुछ तो इंडिकेशन देगा. तो दैट इंडिकेशन इज ऑलवेज इन अल्फाबेट्स. वॉशिंग मशीन डिस्प्ले देखा है कभी? वॉशिंग मशीन डिस्प्ले भी ऐसा ही रहता है, 7 सेगमेंट के जैसा. तो उस पे अगर कभी एरर आया ना, तो वो F2, F1 ऐसा एरर. तो F is what? It is an alphabet. But how can the computer show an alphabet? So that comes from the hexadecimal number system. तो hexadecimal में क्या होता है? 0 to 9 is one range, दो ranges रहती है उसमें, 0 to 9 and A to F. तो वो जो डिस्प्ले है ना 7 सेगमेंट का, वो अल्फाबेट्स भी डिस्प्ले करेगा, बट कौन सा अल्फाबेट्स डिस्प्ले करेगा? A to F. So the series goes like, suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then starts with A, B, C, D, E, and F. Again, it starts with 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, and then 0A, 0B, and like that is how the number system works. Okay, so I'm just telling you the generalized range. So binary 0, 1, decimal 0 to 9, hexadecimal 0 to 9, and A to F. Is that clear? Okay, so the question was, which of the following format is used to store data? Now you can see one more. There is something called as BCD. BCD stands for, you can note it down somewhere there. It stands for binary coded decimal. It stands for binary coded decimal. Okay. Now binary coded decimal means ये जो binary decimal का range था ना 0 to 9, ठीक है, there is a table and that table is formed in such a way that 0 to 9 is written in decimal and उसके सामने उसका binary equivalent लिखा रहता है. Now there is a way to write it. I might show it to you. I'll get it prepared and show it to you in the next lecture, that how do we prepare that binary table for every decimal. Okay, so suppose as the question says that what is the question, that following format is used to store data. So of course a binary format is used to store data, but that binary format is converted from the decimal. So that is why BCD is the answer, binary coded decimal. It is a decimal data coded into binary. Okay, or I can say it is a binary data which is decoded from a decimal data. So please mark BCD as the answer. Done? Okay, next is, which of the following memory of a computer is used to speed up the computer processing? Anybody? Go through the options. What are the options there? Cache memory, then RAM, then ROM. And now suppose if I tell you that I spoke about RAM. Now suppose I am a processor and suppose she is some application which is in execution. Now, and she is the user. Now I am the processor. I am noticing that this user is again and again opening some kind of browser, or rather is opening some kind of file which has some data. It is opening, हो गया, वापस close कर रहा है, वापस open कर रहा है. So I am noticing that the user is having a frequent visit to this file. Okay, it is having a frequent visit to this particular file. So what I will do, बार बार वो यूजर जब मेरे पास फाइल मांगता है तो मुझे रैम में जाना, हार्ड डिस्क में जाना पड़ता है, हार्ड डिस्क से उठा के रैम में लाना पड़ता है, वापस वो क्लोज कर देता है तो मुझे वापस हार्ड डिस्क में रखना पड़ता है. So it is a task, no, for me. System, when you talk in terms of computers, why do you want high end gaming phones या gaming laptops? Because you know the system is, आपका जो प्रोसेसर का स्पीड जितना फास्ट रहेगा, आपका काम भी आपका क्लिक, वन क्लिक विल बी सो स्मूथ. योर रैम जितना ज्यादा रहेगा उतना आपका काम कितना, आपका सिस्टम यूसेज कितना अच्छे से हो जाएगा. So again and again the user is telling me go get from hard disk. Again I will go put it in the RAM, again वापस the user will close, again I will go put it in the hard disk. So it is time consuming. I am noticing, and what I will do is I will take, and I have a memory called as cache memory or sachet memory. आपके फोन में रहेगा, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन का रहता है, आप उसको क्लियर भी कर सकते हैं, इट इज नॉट हार्मफुल. ठीक है, तो कैश मेमोरी में मैं क्या करती हूँ, वो फाइल डाल देती हूँ. अभी तू मांग जितनी बार मांगना है. आई एम बिजी डूइंग सम अदर वर्क. इफ यू वांट, इफ द यूजर विल रिक्वेस्ट दैट फाइल, व्हाट द प्रोसेसर डज, इट विल टेल द कैश मेमोरी को गिव. तो वो हार्ड डिस्क से आने में सपोज 5 मिनट लगता था. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ वेरी, 5 मिनट बहुत ज्यादा है सिस्टम के हिसाब से. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ जनरलाइज एग्जांपल. अगर हार्ड डिस्क से आके 5 मिनट लगता है, सैशे मेमोरी में फ्यू सेकंड्स में आ जाएगा. सो इट इज लोकेटेड समवेयर बिटवीन द हार्ड डिस्क एंड द यूजर. ओके, सो understood how that sachet memory works. So any file that the computer feels is being frequently observed by the system user, so what the system does, it puts it into cache memory. Okay, so system का टाइम बच गया ना, मैंने वही टाइम में कुछ और काम कर लिया, यूजर ने मेरे पास कुछ और काम करा तो मैंने वो टाइम उसका एफिशिएंटली काम कर लिया. ओके, सो प्लीज मार्क आंसर. दैट इज ऑप्शन ए बी सी आपके पास. व्हाट इज द ऑप्शन, करेक्ट ऑप्शन ए. ओके, एनी डाउट? समझा सैशे मेमोरी क्या है? एनी डाउट? फोन में कभी देखा है क्लीनर रहता है ना आपका, वो क्लीनर ओपन करके देखो तो वहां पे सैशे मेमोरी का भी एक ब्लॉक रहेगा. वो 4 GB 5 GB तक जाता है, बट आप क्लियर करेंगे तो कुछ होगा नहीं. क्या होता है, बार बार आप जो एप्लीकेशन ओपन करते हैं ना, तो वो सैशे मेमोरी में रहती है. तो जब आपने वो ऐप के आइकन पे क्लिक करते हो फोन में, तो वो आपके फोन के रैम से लोड नहीं होती है, वो सैशे मेमोरी से लोड होती है. तो आप बेसिकली क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ सैशे क्लियर करते हैं. कभी कभी इतना सैशे भर जाता है कि दूसरे प्रोग्राम्स लोड करने की जगह नहीं रहती है, इसलिए आपको उसको क्लियर करना पड़ता है, मेक स्पेस फॉर सम अदर प्रोग्राम. इज दैट क्लियर? एनी डाउट? ओके, नेक्स्ट इज
Ma'am,
yeah
ma'am, the sachet memory that you said, like, is it used to clear the unwanted data?
yeah unwanted. It consists of only as I said, no, those programs or files which are currently being used or frequently being used, that is analyzed by a system. So it just loads that. So if I clear that, it is not going to harm my system any which ways. Okay. Okay, next question is computer bus. Now, as I said, मैंने आपको बोला कि हार्ड डिस्क में जाता है डेटा, आपका रिक्वेस्ट आप भेजते हैं, प्रोसेसर भेजता है, फिर हार्ड डिस्क से लोड होके आता है. तो देयर शुड बी सम मीडियम, नो? अभी व्हेन योर डेटा इज रोटेटिंग इनसाइड द सिस्टम, आप यहाँ से wherever you stay, suppose if I stay at Matunga, so I have modes of transport, no? I come by bus, I can come by cab, I can come walking either. Okay, so similarly when the data has to travel inside the system, it needs some medium. कंप्यूटर में कभी भी डेटा जो बिट्स में है उसको ट्रैवल करना है, तो कैसे ट्रैवल करेगा? इट विल रिक्वायर सम काइंड ऑफ medium, and that medium in the computer system is a bus. Very simple answer. Okay, it is a bus. Now bus mein there are two categories. There is a data bus and there is an address bus. Now if I talk about data bus, so as I said that file was again and again being asked, so it went to the hard disk. I was the processor, so user is asking me the file again and again, I will go to the hard disk. But when I'm going to the hard disk is so huge for me. हाँ, इतना बड़ा हार्ड डिस्क है, इसमें मैं कहाँ ढूंढूं ये फाइल कहाँ पे है? तो मुझे वो फाइल का एड्रेस चाहिए, लगेगा ना? फाइल जब सेव करता है यूजर, उसका कुछ ना कुछ एक लॉजिकल एड्रेस बनता है, एक टेबल में सेव होता है. फिर मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं वो टेबल ओपन करती हूँ और वो फाइल का एड्रेस देखती हूँ और वहां पे जाके वो फाइल को उठा के यूजर को दे देती हूँ. ऐसे काम होता है. अभी अज्यूम करो कि जब ये दो बसेस काम कर रही है, तो अब मुझे बता दिया यूजर ने ये फाइल लेके आओ, तो डेटा लाने के लिए मेरे पास डेटा बस है, तो एड्रेस लाने के लिए भी कुछ होना चाहिए ना? एड्रेस लेके ही मैं वो हार्ड डिस्क में जाऊंगी, तो वो जो एड्रेस लेके जा रही हूँ तो कौन से बस के थ्रू जा रही हूँ? एड्रेस बस. और डेटा लेके जब आ रही हूँ तो कौन से बस के थ्रू आ रही हूँ? डेटा बस. अभी डेटा मैंने सिर्फ यूजर को दिखा दिया, यूजर ने वो फाइल ओपन किया, एडिटिंग किया, तो दैट मीन्स राइट कर रहा है, तो वो वापस प्रोसेसर पे जाना चाहिए हार्ड डिस्क में. तो डेटा बस क्या है? बाई डायरेक्शनल है, दोनों साइड काम करती है. ठीक है, प्रोसेसर से हार्ड डिस्क एंड हार्ड डिस्क से प्रोसेसर. पर एड्रेस बस क्या है? यूनिडायरेक्शनल है, एक ही डायरेक्शन में जाती है, हार्ड प्रोसेसर से हार्ड डिस्क, क्योंकि उसको सिर्फ एड्रेस दिखाने का काम है ना, यहाँ पे जाके आपका फाइल मिल जाएगा, आप ले लो. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज यूनिडायरेक्शनल. I'll repeat. Data bus is bidirectional, address bus is unidirectional. You understood why it is bidirectional? Why am I calling it as bidirectional? Because I'm not only going to read the data, I'm also going to write the data over there. Understood? Whereas in address bus, there is nothing called writing. क्योंकि वो तो सिस्टम के एड्रेसेस है, सिस्टम खुद बनाता है, खुद डिलीट करता है, तो उसमें there is nothing, no manipulation from the user's end. Is that clear? So I am reading the data as well as writing the data. So which bus I am going to use? Data bus. If I am only reading the addresses, which bus I am going to use? Okay. Next question is, so what's the answer? Unidirectional. Okay. Next question is, which of the following circuit is used to store 1 bit of data? So ALU याद है, arithmetic logic unit, उसमें जो logical part मैंने बोला था, ठीक है, gates बताए थे, AND gate रहता है, OR gate. So these gates are made up of something called as flip and flop. Why flip flop? क्योंकि वो at a time very small piece of memory and at a time सिर्फ एक ही bit का data store कर सकता है, either 0 या फिर 1, और आप उसको refresh कर देंगे तो erase हो जाएगा. Okay, so 0 or 1, only 1 bit of data is stored. So what can be the answer for this? Flip flop. Okay, so please write which of the circuit is used to store 1 bit of data, that is flip flop. And flip flops are used where? In ALU, and in ALU that too where? In logical unit, and in logical unit also where? Logic gates, AND gate, OR gate. I'll just tell you 2 gates, इतना 2 याद रखो. ठीक है, पेपर में कहीं कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसा आ जाए जहां पे ऐसा गेट दिख जाए, तो अगला क्वेश्चन पढ़ के लगे कि ये आंसर है रिलेटेड टू लॉजिक, तो वो गेट का सिलेक्ट कर लें. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज, which of the following is a way in which the components of a computer are connected to each other? Now this you have to answer here. Very common, at least read. Read the question twice, thrice. Very simplified question. Which of the following is a way in which the components of a computer are connected to each other? Options क्या है? Computer parts. Then hardware तो निकल ही गया. It is out. Hardware means you know, no, something that you can touch and feel. So that's out. बचा 2 option. So option number 4 is also out. Okay. Then first 2 options left: computer parts and computer architecture. Come on, you have to. This is very simple. Read it once again. Read the question once again. What the question says, that it is related to something that connects my computer system. Two of, I am only telling you, first 2 में से ही कुछ रहेगा.
Architecture. Computer parts.
Yes. And my online students are quite active than you people, I must say them. Rather, they are not having me physically, so they are just calm. You people might be bored that, oh, when is she going, when it is 10:30, when the GK is starting, when the test is starting. Yes, come on.
Computer parts.
No. Come on, 2 things. Read the question. The question is not on my face. Read it. Strain yourself. Now I will not call you 12th students. Now you are going to get graduated. You want admissions for what? What do you want admissions for? So then, come on, strain. Very simple questions. And thoda logical, general logic laga us question. I'm not going to tell you the answer for this.
Computer.
मैंने जो डायग्राम, यस करेक्ट, अभी मैंने जो डायग्राम दिखाया था वो किसका था? वो किसी ने पूछा नहीं, पर मैंने आपको जो दिखाया, इनपुट यूनिट दिखाया, एक मेन मेमोरी, सीपी कंट्रोल यूनिट, एएलयू, फिर आउटपुट यूनिट, सेकेंडरी मेमोरी. सो इफ आई से इनपुट, आउटपुट, main, that CPU, that secondary memory, these were the parts, no? but I connected them and it became an. So what type? Who developed the computer architecture? Von. So when I connect these parts into one, it becomes what? Architecture. थोड़ा तो लॉजिक लगाओ यार. एक इनपुट डिवाइस एक पार्ट है, तो उसको मैं बोलूंगी क्या? It will build my input को ये assume किया. So can I say that input is going to build my computer? Only output is going to build my computer. Input output along with my memory is going to build my computer. No, so it is computer architecture. Please mark option 2. Online I got many people correct. Good. Computer architecture. Please mark option number 2. That is computer. It is a way, no? It is a way. Architecture means what? It was a way in which they are all connected. Are parts connected? If I say only input, so input is itself individual. If I say output, output is a part. So it is a part, but it is not connected with the other devices, no? Understanding? So mark option number 2. Next one. Next question says that, see, as I said, arithmetic unit क्या करता है? Addition, subtraction सब करता है. So there is a way to add and subtract. Okay. Now there is two things in addition subtraction: ones complement, twos complement. Now when I say ones complement means what, you know? Binary data है, either 0 रहेगा या फिर 1. तो जहां पे 0 है उसको 1 कर दिया, और जहां पे 1 है उसको 0 कर दिया. That is ones complement. ठीक है, जहां पे 0 है उसको क्या कर दिया? 1 कर दिया, चेंज कर दिया. सो दैट इज वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट. सपोज कहीं पे 1 था, उसको मैंने क्या कर दिया? 0 कर दिया. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट. ओके. नाउ इन सब्ट्रैक्शन व्हाट हैपेंस इज, एडिशन में हो सकता है ये, बट सब्ट्रैक्शन में क्या होता है? डायरेक्ट सब्ट्रैक्शन पॉसिबल नहीं है. रूल्स है, जैसे आपके मैथ्स आप सॉल्व करते हैं, अकाउंट सॉल्व करते हैं, आपके सेट ऑफ रूल्स रहते हैं. वैसे बाइनरी का एडिशन, बाइनरी का सब्ट्रैक्शन, उसके एक सेट ऑफ रूल्स रहते हैं. तो सब्ट्रैक्शन का रूल क्या है? फर्स्ट थिंग इज that first it has to be converted into ones complement. Suppose if I say I have a number say 1010, so इसको सबसे पहले आप ones complement में convert करो, तो क्या हो जाएगा ये? ठीक है, ones complement हो गया, and then you have to add 1 to it. Add plus 1. So that means this is my new number, say 0101. इसको आपको 1 ऐड करो, एंड इसके रूल्स अलग है बाइनरी एडिशन के. तो जब आप इसको 1 ऐड करेंगे ना, एक फाइनल आंसर मिलेगा, एंड दैट इज द एक्चुअल आंसर फॉर सब्ट्रैक्शन. व्हाट वी नो, सब्ट्रैक्शन मींस 2 3 minus 2 minus 2 1, बट दैट्स नॉट हाउ द सिस्टम वर्क्स. सिस्टम वर्क्स लाइक दिस. आप सिस्टम को अगर बोलते सब्ट्रैक्ट करके दे दो, तो वो कैसे सब्ट्रैक्ट करता है? सबसे पहले वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट में कन्वर्ट करेगा और फिर टूस कॉम्प्लीमेंट में कन्वर्ट करेगा. सो वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट में कन्वर्ट करना इज कॉल्ड कन्वर्टिंग फ्रॉम 0 to 1, 1 to 0. और टूस कॉम्प्लीमेंट में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए क्या करेगा? उसको 1 ऐड करेगा, प्लस 1. इज दैट क्लियर? सो द आंसर इज टूस कॉम्प्लीमेंट. प्लीज मार्क दैट. Now next question, I assume that you people know, and you people only have to answer. What's the question? Which of the following is not an antivirus software? Is not a, it is not an antivirus software. मैंने जब बताया ना ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, सुना है क्या? विंडोज, फिर मैंने ऑप्शंस भी बताए थे और एक दो, लिनक्स, यूनिक्स, तो वो तो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है ना, तो वो एंटीवायरस है क्या? तो क्या आंसर रहेगा? Yes, Linux. Next is, in the context of digital computer, which of the following pairs of digits is referred to as binary code? Now you have to tell me this. 0 and 1. Good. Next one, which unit of computer is considered as the brain of the computer? CPU. Good. That means you guys have had nice breakfast, nice sleep, and I assume you're not sleeping except 1 and 2. And I hope you to be wide awake in the next lecture. Okay, next one. What is the full form of PROM? Now I told you we discussed ROM. What is ROM's full form? अभी ROM की कैटेगरी है, बहुत सारे टाइप्स है. सी ROM, जब मेमोरी पुराने, अभी द टेक्नोलॉजी हैज इवॉल्व. व्हेन द टेक्नोलॉजी वाज वेरी मैनुअल, सब चीजें मैनुअली करनी पड़ती थी, तो ROM के 3 टाइप्स आते हैं. इट इज प्रोग्रामेबल रीड ओनली मेमोरी, electrically programmable read-only memory, and electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. So that's PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. So तीनों में difference क्या है कि programmable memory मतलब मैं manufacturer हूँ, मैं सिर्फ एक empty ROM बनाता हूँ, and I let the user create his or her own operating system and write that operating system into that ROM. Okay. फिर next was electrically programmable. That means system थोड़ा technology evolve हुआ, तो पहले जो सिस्टम से डिस्कनेक्ट करके उसको राइट करना पड़ता था, अभी सिस्टम से कनेक्ट करके उसमें आप डेटा लिख सकते, फिर बट आप उसमें चेंजेस नहीं कर सकते, फिर वापस टेक्नोलॉजी इवॉल्व हुआ, अब आप आपके रॉम में चेंजेस भी कर सकते हैं और इलेक्ट्रिकली चेंज कर सकते हैं। पहले क्या होता था, यूवी लाइट से निकालना पड़ता था, यूवी लाइट एक्सपोज करनी पड़ती थी आर्टिफिशियली और नेचुरली, और रॉम का डेटा इरेज होता था। आप इरेजर से इरेज करते हैं पेंसिल का लिखा हुआ, तो रॉम में से कैसे इरेज करोगे, यूवी लाइट से होता था। फिर टेक्नोलॉजी इवॉल्व हो गया, डिस्कनेक्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप सिस्टम में ही रखो और इलेक्ट्रिकली द इलेक्ट्रिकल्स बीइंग्स आर पास्ड एंड द डेटा इज इरेज्ड। सो दीज आर द थ्री कैटेगरीज। सो अगर मैं पी रॉम बोलती हूँ तो इट इज प्रोग्रामेबल रीड ओनली memory. Please mark that. And why programmable? As I said, I am a manufacturer. I will manufacture empty chips, empty ROM, and I will let the user program it. That is why it is called as programmable. Done. Next is the context of computing. What is the full form of URL? Now you should know. URL means what? You know, इंटरनेट पे सर्फ करते हैं, ऊपर कुछ वो बाहर पे कुछ तो रहता है, सब बड़ा सा कुछ तो रहता है. What is that? Anybody? Anybody from online?
Uniform resource locator.
Anybody over here? I got an answer online. Very good. Uniform resource locator. Why uniform? Uniform means it is a standard format. Resource means जो मैं search कर रही हूँ वो data. और locator means वो कहीं से तो locate होगा. So that is why uniform resource locator. Please mark it. Next one, which of the following is an input device used to enter motion data in computers? Motion data, you understand? Trackball. आप माउस यूज करते हैं ना, it is somewhat like that. So it works on my motion. Okay, motion means hand gestures, okay, or face gestures. So it works on that. So trackball is your answer. Next is, in the context of computing, a byte is equal to 8 bits. Very good. Next one. Dash is a small portable flash memory card. Now see, CD is not a CD is portable, but it is not small. Next is DVD. Of course, it is not small. Again, CD, ROM, again not small. So क्या बचता है? Flash memory. Type of memory. Okay, जैसे sachet कैसे था छोटा है? Unit of memory वैसे flash memory. Okay, flash drive. Now, which of the following devices is not used to enter data into computer? Let others also like. Please read the question again. My questions are twisted and asked, but very simplified. And the reason I have twisted, not necessarily it is asked the same way. It might be as simplified. Anybody online?
Mouse.
Mouse.
Monitor.
Monitor. Then
Scanner.
until it is a touch screen. Until it is a touch screen. But I have not mentioned that word here.
Scanner.
Anybody online?
Scanner.
Okay, option 4. Scanner, no. No. Okay, I'll tell you. Mouse or monitor में से कुछ एक है. Question पढ़ो. You people are not reading the question. You must read the question.
Ma'am, the mouse is just used to guide the data. It's not used to enter it. It
No,
is just
if I suppose if I say I have to right click, okay, and rename a file. So if I click on rename, the mouse is giving input to my user, no, a system, no, that please rename this file. So it's an input data, input device. So what is not an input device?
Monitor.
अरे बोला मैंने monitor सिर्फ देखने के लिए. It's just that sweet little box which is letting you read the data. User interface. How nice WhatsApp is looking, how nice Instagram is looking on my desktop. So what is the answer? Monitor. Thank you. for letting me only answer. Next is, what is that computer program called which translates one program instruction into instruction at a time into machine language? Now this I'll tell you. The answer is interpreter. Please mark the answer as interpreter. Now, why is the answer interpreter means? Have you heard about C programming? See, okay. There are, as I said, no, ये जो सॉफ्टवेयर आप फोन यूज करते हैं, एप्लीकेशंस वो एंड्रॉइड से बनते हैं, वैसे बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस है, प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस है, ओके, जिसके हेल्प से योर सिस्टम इज बिल्ट. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, सपोज मैंने एक 4 लाइन का प्रोग्राम लिखा एंड द प्रोग्राम वाज टू ऐड 2 नंबर्स. तो व्हेन आई एम राइटिंग दिस प्रोग्राम, नो, आई एम राइटिंग इन सी. सपोज आई एम सेइंग सी इज अ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, ओके, आई अंडरस्टैंड सी लैंग्वेज. तो मैंने वो प्रोग्राम सी लैंग्वेज के सिंटैक्स के हिसाब से लिखा. अभी वो सिस्टम के पास गया रन करने के लिए. सिस्टम को समझता है क्या सी लैंग्वेज? क्या समझता है? बाइनरी लैंग्वेज. तो वो कन्वर्ट करने का काम, सिस्टम को समझाने का काम कि ये यूजर ने क्या लिखा है, वो इंटरप्रेटर का है. Some foreign person is roaming around at Gateway of India. He does not understand. He is intrigued to know what is this, what is that. उसको क्या समझता है? हिंदी, मराठी people are talking. He roams with a translator, and what a translator does, suppose he is Russian, so he'll understand. He understands Hindi also. तो वो हिंदी में सुनता है और रशियन में ट्रांसलेट करके उसको बताता है. सो इंटरप्रेटर का काम वैसे ही है. यूजर ने कोई भी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में प्रोग्राम लिखा, उसको इंटरप्रेट करके सिस्टम को समझाने का काम किसका है? इंटरप्रेटर का. Okay, so please mark the answer as interpreter. Okay, okay, next we go to what is the another name for additive manufacturing. I'll tell you, that is 3D printing. Additive manufacturing, type of 3D printing. Okay, another name for that. Next one is, what is decorative text called that you can add to a document? Decorative text. How many of you say word art?
Word art.
Is there any restrictions to raise your hands? Huh? How many of you say word art? Yes, online you're right. How many of you from here say word art? One? So see, if you answer like this, no, I assume you're confused. So I don't consider the answer. 1, 2, anybody else? 3, 4, 5, 6. बाकी हमको कुछ नहीं, जो आप बोलो. Is it? Of course it is word art. It is written what text to know. What is written? Read the question. Somebody read the question for me. What's the question? What is a decorative text? So decorative text कहाँ पे मिलता है आपको? Word art में. Please mark the answer as word art. थोड़ा घर जाओ, Microsoft open करो, आज से कंप्यूटर से प्यार कर लो थोड़ा उसके साथ. सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम फेसबुक पे ही टाइम पास नहीं करना है, ऑनलाइन गेम्स ही नहीं खेलनी है. नाउ यू स्टार्ट यूजिंग द सिस्टम as if you are learning about the system till your exam. Then I know you come from commerce background, you may leave it. You just use it for the sake of using. Okay. Next is, what's the next question? If a word is typed that is not in MS Words dictionary, a wavy underline appears below the word. And what is the color of that underline? Good, at least utna to observe kiya yaar. Yes, the answer is red. Okay, good. Next one. What's the next question? The term time share, right? Am I right? The same. Okay, the type of instruction that can produce several lines of machine language code is called as?
Address.
Anybody? Sorry?
Address.
No. A type of instruction that can produce several lines of machine language code. It is actually called as macro. Please mark the answer as macro. And the language is called as assembly language. So assemble is not the answer. If it would be written assembly language, then you can mark it. Next is, the term time sharing has been replaced by, anybody? Time sharing. Time sharing means the system is running, say, 2 documents at a time. See, if you know, you need to raise your hands. So I can, so nahi answer karna. Multitasking. Then anybody else? Time sharing means system के पास जो भी time है और बहुत ऐसा थोड़ी है कि आपने एक वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट ओपन किया, अभी सिस्टम बोलेगा बस अभी इस पे ही काम करने। यू आर googling something simultaneously, listening music, playing games, minimizing, maximizing as your mother and father keep roaming around behind you, because you don't want them to know what is actually going on the desktop screen. So much difficult task your system is doing for you, maintaining all that those tabs which you've kept open. So it is a multitasking. Next one, press dash to open and find dialog box. Anybody? These are shortcuts. Yes, control plus F.
Control
Is it a
plus
shortcut?
F.
Yes, very good online. It is a shortcut to open a dialog box. Next, what is the overall term for creating, editing, formatting, storing, retrieving, and printing a text document?
Database
Management.
No, database is
Database.
related to data. Yes, word processing. Word processing is the answer. आप document करते हैं, word document. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? Store कर रहे हैं, read कर रहे हैं, edit कर रहे हैं. Next is what happens when you click on insert picture and clip art. What happens? Yes, it opens a clip art taskbar. Third one. So these are things you will have to yourself manually get it checked. Okay, learn. See, when you talk about computer basics, when you go home, if you want to study in depth, so just find out for related computers, learn for shortcuts, then learn for you can say, as I said, what are the types of devices, input output devices and all. Find out their list, because few devices are such that they perform both. Okay, so you have to categorize them separately. So please work on that. Next one, what is a motion path? Any guesses? A method? Yes, very good. A method of moving items on a slide. Next one. Now HTML is something, this is now related to your internet, basics of internet. As I said, web browser. Now web browser, when you see any app, any website which is open, the website, if it looks very static, kabhi aisa, have you come across, you're searching for some material and you come across such websites जिसके पास navigation करने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, या फिर होता है तो उसका background कुछ नहीं, plain white background, something, some data written in black, some URL link in blue, ठीक है? So it is not that user friendly, not that interactive. So this is HTML is nothing but it is a scripting language. जैसे मैंने बोला कि कंप्यूटर के लिए C लैंग्वेज है, वैसे ब्राउजर के लिए आपको वेबसाइट्स अगर बनानी है तो उसके लिए बहुत सारी लैंग्वेजेस है. Now one of them, the basic one, is called as HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. That's the full form. Please write Hypertext Markup Language. Next one, what does W3C stands for? I assume this is World Wide Web.
World Wide
Who
Web.
said? Yes, World Wide Web. Community.
World Wide Web. One.
How many of you see this community? I know that it is World Wide Web Consortium. So please mark option A. World Wide Web Consortium. It's not community. That is how they confuse you. All over the world, it's connecting people. No, that means it is community. Don't assume such things. Okay. Next. World Wide Web was invented by, please mark, Tim Berners-Lee. Option number 2, Tim Berners-Lee. Next one, which among these is not a web browser?
www.
अरे www ऐसा कोई ब्राउजर है? तो URL का पाथ है ना. सबसे पहले आप स्टार्ट करते थे स्कूल में, बच्चों को टीचर ऐसे ही सिखाती है, www.google.com. So that www is a part of your URL. Why? Because वही World Wide Web search for this particular website throughout the entire web community or consortium. Okay, so the answer is first one, www. And the last one is, which of the following is not an HTML tag? Now, since you must be not aware of this, please mark the last one, that is the list tag. Okay, जैसे मैंने बोला ना कि आप और मैं बात करें इंग्लिश में, सी लैंग्वेज का सिंटैक्स अलग रहता है लिखने का. HTML का भी एक तरीका अलग है लिखने का, उसमें से ऐसे ही आप देख रहे हैं ना एंगल ब्रैकेट्स, वैसे ही ब्रैकेट्स में टैग्स रहते हैं, वो टैग्स की मदद से ही आप वो लैंग्वेज लिखते हैं, ठीक है. सो देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड एज लिस्ट टैग इन दैट. Okay, so we are done with the worksheet. I think we start with the GK worksheet now. Okay, so then we can start with the test. I'll start the test at around 9:45. Okay, till then, on a very frank note, any doubt? Online as well. Hey, it's okay, you can tell me, I don't mind, because I understand you don't have a computer background. And for me, since I know more in depth, I have to be very specific and very basic for you. So if you have any doubt throughout, you can definitely ask. Okay, but did you understand the categories of questions that can be asked? Okay, so now these questions can, for you, for timing, you will feel that they're complicated. But when you solve the test, maybe you will realize that you can relate to such topics. Okay, so we start with the GK worksheet. Just a minute. Okay, now before we start GK, as I said, for today's topics like computer organization, don't forget input devices. Just go home, and if you want, you can draw the diagram. If time persists after the test, I'll open the diagram. You just draw it somewhere if you have carried any notes, because whatever topics or questions can be asked based on those modules. Input output devices, your arithmetical unit, logic unit, your memory, CPU, and secondary memory. Okay, so it is the basic of the questions, the base of the questions that can be made up. Uske andar bahut kuch hai depth mein, which can, for making questions. So just keep that diagram in mind, so you know, and whatever you solved, and when you go home, I would suggest this mark, or हम लोग ने जो डिस्कस किया, लाइक बिट क्या है, बाइट क्या है, register, memory block क्या है, जो basic चीजें what we discussed. It would be good if you mark it. Interpreter, what is an interpreter, what are buses, address bus, data buses. Okay, just mark and just note down these things, so if in case you require, you can just brush up or search something more on that in depth to get your knowledge. Okay, so now we start with the general knowledge worksheets. So now this is general knowledge, not to be taught, as I said, but of course can be discussed. Now, as I said, for GK, you must read. Now, when today's topic for general knowledge is current affairs. Now, and that too national. So whatever 25 questions you see in the worksheet, those questions are strictly based on the content of current affairs. Okay, and that current affair, as I said, is current as well as from the past 6 months to 1 year. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. That is, this has to be interactive, otherwise it gets boring, because basically we'll be just solving it. We cannot do anything more in that. Okay, please read books which are based on GK, general knowledge. Read newspapers, very much important. Okay, now I cannot tell you that 15 marks questions are going to come on GK. I do not have the bifurcation that how much is for current affairs, how much is for this, but okay, we can assume that at least 2 to 3 questions can come from current affairs. Okay, so just you will have to keep reading more and more for that. So very first question we go for, which, can anybody read for me? Which union ministry launched the Prajwala challenge? Do you know what is that Prajwala challenge basically? Yes, Ministry of, online somebody was answering.
Ministry of Rural Development.
Yes, correct. Do you know what is this Prajwala challenge? It is basically put up for development in the rural areas. Okay, so now can anybody answer? It is done by Ministry of Rural Development. Please mark it. Next one is, which institution has urged? See, these questions will just tell you the basic idea of what can be asked. When I talk about current affairs, no, that demonetization, then currency exchanges, then stock market exchanges, everything comes, trading, everything related to the nation as well as national level or as well as international level comes in, under this. Okay. So which institution has urged stock exchanges to set up investor risk reduction access? That is I. Yes. So which one?
SEBI.
Anybody? Yes, correct.
SEBI.
Online, correct. Anybody? एक आरबीआई बहुत कॉमन नाम है, बहुत फेमस है, बट हर बार नहीं रहता है. सेबी इज द आंसर. प्लीज मार्क सेबी. सिक्योरिटीज ऑफ एक्सचेंज बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया. नेक्स्ट थर्ड वन, हु वाज अपॉइंटेड as the first woman director general of the Indian Council of Forestry Research Education? Anybody? Have you heard about her? Yes, very good, very nice. Kanchan Devi, option A. Okay, next one. Which organization and the Ministry of Defense inked a contract for around 3,000 crore for the upgraded super rapid gun mount and associated equipments? Anybody?
Niti Aayog.
No. Anybody? It's option 2, second option. BHEL stands for Bharat Heavy Electrical. Yes. Please write. Please mark option 2, BHEL. Next question, that is, who has been appointed as the independent director of FMCG Major Hindustan Unilever Limited? Anybody? Option 2, Tarun Bajaj. Please mark option 2. And it's FMCG stands for fast moving consumer goods. Please mark it. Fast moving consumer goods. Next question. Which of the following ministries has launched National Best Tourism Village Competition 2024? So that means it is a very recent question. Okay. And the National Best Rural Homestay Competition 2024 to strengthen the promotion and development of rural tourism in the country. And it is Union Tourism Ministry. Please mark option 1. Good. Online people are, or maybe I don't know. Okay, next one. What percentage of FDI proposals from neighboring countries have been approved by the Indian government? Do you know? Foreign direct investments?
40.
कुछ भी तुक्का मानेगा ना जो आया वो. Please mark 50%. 50%. Okay. Next one, which Indian city hosted 11th Bangladesh Book Fair 2023? As I said, previous years, like you have to talk about current affairs up till past 1 year also. Okay, so it's option A, Kolkata. Now again, next one. In November 2023, the Reserve Bank of India has cancelled the license of which cooperative bank? So it's option number 3, Shankar Rao Pujari Nutan. Yes. Option number 3. Next one, which Indian city hosted India Internet Governance Forum 2023? It's New Delhi. And what is this governance forum, internet governance, you know? It is regarding the policies of your internet governance. Now, internet governance means there are many, when you are accessing internet, of course, there are a set of rules which are set, when we are accessing or the service provider is providing us, there are certain policies which are made up. Okay. And these policies are made up, of course, by the ministry. So this act is for that. Okay. Right. Next one, which flag carrier of India has shut down its 2 data centers and moved its computational workload to the cloud, and that's Air India. This was too much in, I don't know whether you must have come across this or not. Next, right? Next one we'll solve. Ras Mahotsav or Ras Leela festival is celebrated in which state? And that's Assam. Right. Under Atal Innovation Mission, what is the maximum grant provided to establish AIC? That's up to 10 crores. Okay. On which of the following days does Nagaland observe its statehood? Yes, no, it's 1st of December. Statehood means they were officially declared as a state in that on that particular day. Okay, next. Which Indian city has been added to the UNESCO Creative Cities Network in Literature category? It's Kozhikode. Kozhikode. Please mark Kozhikode. Which union minister launched the national outreach program on Anganwadi protocol for children with disabilities? And that's Smriti Irani. Yes, please mark Smriti Irani. Right. Who has been appointed as the additional independent director of HDFC? Yes, please mark. Next, what was the name of Air India's AI-powered chat assistant to introduce a generative AI virtual agent?
Ma'am, what is the
Yes.
answer of question number 70?
17 is option 2, Harsh Kumar Banwal.
Okay.
Question number 18, anybody? Somebody said Maharaja. Yes. Next one. Who has been selected for the 2023 Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award at the 54th IFFI held at Goa? Any option? Yes. Option number 4, Michael Douglas. Next one, what is the name of Indigo's AI-powered chat assistant? And that is the option A. Yes. 6ESKAR. Next one, who among the following won the gold medal in archery at National Game 2023? Anybody? Anybody online? No? Anybody?
Deepika Kumari.
Yes, Deepika Kumari. Please mark option 2, Deepika Kumari. Next one, in 2017, who was appointed as the new brand ambassador for Swachh Bharat mission? And that's Shilpa Shetty. And the largest public sector undertaking in the country is railways. Very good. And what is the name of the first Indian woman who wins the Man Booker's Prize? Anybody? Very famous she is. Arundhati Roy. Please mark option 2. That is Arundhati Roy. And last question is to be answered by you, not by me. Now I'm growing old. You are my future generation.
Dr. APG.
Yes, very good. Anybody? यार अरे बंद किया, मुझे आंसर बताया ही नहीं. सबने आंसर कर देना, आवाज तो आना चाहिए. एक कान खाली है, दोनों में नहीं डाला है मैंने. हाँ, डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम. Okay, so these are such kind of generalized current affairs questions can be asked. Okay, I will not say again, I'll repeat that this is only asked because it is a competitive exam. But now you should have some basic knowledge of what can be asked in computer basics and what can be asked in your general knowledge current affairs. Okay, now again I'll repeat, entire paper is not on current affairs because the paper even has what? Current affairs, national, international, culture, trade, commerce, then inventions, scientific discoveries. Okay, so all of these make up to 15 questions. So on an average, we can say that 2 or maximum of 3 questions can be on current affairs. Okay, but this is a guessed average. It is not told to me by your board. Okay, so just give me some time. I'll ask for the test papers to come. So till then, any doubt? Online as well, you can ask any if you have any doubt regarding computer basics. Any doubt? तू हंस क्यों रहा है? I think you guys are friends, right? No? Yeah. Any doubts? Computer basics, at least what we did for today. Any doubts regarding that? Anything जो नहीं समझा, you can tell me because I'm only going to come next time for computers and GK. So I'll only have to improve and come according to you. So you can tell me any doubts? Sure, online, any doubts? Okay, so just give me a minute. I'll get back to you with the test papers. I had out you on
मैंने एक आपको मैसेज
my also for the first paper for the entrance. So okay, online students, I'm just showing you the test paper. You can check on studies app whether it is uploaded there. First you'll solve computer basics. Okay, I'll just put it on screen. You can check over there. Okay, so first we'll solve computer basics. Okay, first preference to my topic, no? Then we start with GK. Thank you. Yeah, you may start. It's 9:45. Okay, not exactly 9:45. It's 9:40. Okay, so we end the exam at 10:15. Then the remaining 15 minutes, we'll just discuss the questions and the solution. So you will check the answer sheet by yourself. Okay, I'll tell you the answer. So we may start. Okay, and I also wanted to make one announcement that whatever worksheets and the test papers are there, they're uploaded on your studies app. I think it is shared with you already. Even for the online students, you guys have access to your studies, so you can get the worksheets and the test papers there. So it will be available after each session is done. Okay, not prior. So first session is over, you will find the data available there. Okay. Yes, you may start. See, 15 questions only. Every test will have 15 questions for GK, 15 questions for computer basics. And no discussions, please. Like, come on, you have to appear the test by yourself. Not your friends are going to come along with you. So,
Ma'am, can you scroll?
yeah, sure.
Ma'am, can you show question number 2 and 3?
Yeah, sure. That's it. All 15. Start with GK. Once you're done with computers, you can start with GK.
Ma'am, can you scroll?
Yeah, sure. They're done with question 5, 6, 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Question number 15, no, it is 8 bits of data, not date. It's written as date. If I'm not wrong, it's data. Online, please, you also note it down. Question number 15 is 8 bits of data. Online students, kindly let me know once you are done with computer paper so that I can go for general knowledge GK paper for you.
Ma'am, can you show question number 15?
Yeah, sure. Done with question number 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Done with GK also. You have to share your answers, okay? the test papers are more simplified than the worksheets, if I am not wrong, I assume.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. So has everybody from the online done with this computer basics test?
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
shall.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So yes. Okay. So I'll open my uh, GK paper for you.
क्या लिखा पढ़ी हो रही है
लेक्चर चल रहा है.
एक से पांच सीखो ये अच्छा
Okay. Is it visible, students? Yes, students, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay.
Ma'am.
You don't have to discuss.
It's not.
I did a mistake actually. I should have picked any one of you and made him sit ahead. You came a bit late, right? I started. I'll just brief it once, then you will get. I should tell them to lessen the test time, no? Because I'm assuming you people are quickly solving the questions. So half an hour is too much, no, for you? Is it? You need half an hour? Okay. But you have to be very quick for during the exam, because if you have maybe less than a minute for one question, 90 minutes, 100 questions, so less than a minute for a question. And I think your exam is in online mode. Yeah, it's nothing to think. It is in online mode. You'll be solving the papers online.
Ma'am, can you scroll a bit?
Done with question 1 and 2?
Ma'am, can you scroll?
You will write your score yourself, huh? When we'll discuss. So that at least when I ask, so I know who scored how much. At least not ask, but at least I can see your papers. And I'll repeat. Read the questions very carefully. Just because I'll tell you what I used to do. I used to see the options first. I just read the starting of the question. I go jump to the options. So that's a very big mistake you make. Always read the entire question properly, because it starts with something, ends with something else. You remember the question which is not a peripheral device. So it starts with something, ends with something else. So don't jump to conclusions. Read the question very carefully, understand the question, and then go check the options.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Online? I hope you are just going through the questions. And keep your, you can solve the options somewhere and keep it. So when I discuss, you can check whether how many correct questions you have solved. Good.
Miss, can you show the question number 14 and 15?
Yeah, sure. Done? How many of you have finished? We'll just wait for the rest, others also to finish, and then we'll discuss. Huh? Any which ways you have to sit till 10:30, right? Read all the questions
Done,
once
ma'am.
again. Done? Good. Just read all the questions and check once again. The one who have finished, please go through the paper once again. Once again, you have time here. You don't have time in the exam. I don't know whether you know these two or not, but you know this, right? So what kind of a device can it be? So wow, what have you selected? And that's what I'm saying. Read your questions properly. Don't just read it once and jump to your options and select anything. Why? Because it is MCQs. Select whatever you want. आप दोनों जो बात करते हैं ना थोड़ा जोर से करेंगे तो I'll have some company to talk, right? GK also. Don't read all that. That's the irony of every classroom. Rather agony of every classroom. Scribbled walls. I hope you, I assume you must have also done something. Have you? No, no. Done? How many of you are still solving? Or rather, how many of you have finished solving the paper? Finished? तो आप बताएंगे नहीं तो कैसे पता जाए? I'm assuming आपका हुआ नहीं है. 1, 2, 3. Take your time. That's fine. You have time more 10-15 minutes to go. Are you guys carrying any notebook or something with you? So next, like it's a suggestion. Next time you, when I'm discussing the questions worksheet, and when I'm starting, like suppose briefing a particular topic, you keep your notebook open. You know, I don't know whether you're used to taking running notes or not. Any key points or any keywords which I'm saying, you please note it down. So later you can search more on that and find some detailed data about it. Okay. Same goes for online. Even you can do the same. Done. What do you have to erase? Online, what are you going to sit erasing or what? What did you erase? Then answer. Wrong one or right one? How did you get the right one? Done? Still solving? GK done? Computers done? Everybody done? Both the papers? Okay, so I think first we'll start with GK, since even my online students have the same paper. Okay, first one. Now, at least somebody, I feel that, you know, you should be quite interactive. At least reading a question does not cost anything. Fine, I'll read the question, you tell the answer. Which Mughal ruler is associated with Bibi ka Maqbara? Anybody?
Aurangzeb.
Huh? Online,
Ma'am,
you
Aurangzeb.
very good. Yes. Online, somebody said the correct answer. Good.
Aurangzeb.
You know, I have two categories of students. One online, one offline. Online wale bol rahe Aurangzeb. Offline wale bol rahe Akbar. It is Aurangzeb, yaar, not Akbar. Bibi ka Maqbara. Please. So this is how general questions, this kind of general questions can be asked. Okay. Okay. How many times can an American president be elected? Anybody?
5 years.
Anybody?
4 years.
Miss 3 years.
What? Anybody else?
Ma'am, every 5 years the president are elected.
5 years. Please mark 5 years. Next, how many MBs are there in 1 GB? This you must be knowing. Mobile phone use karte. Moreover, you have those data packs, no? 2 GB data packs, 3 GB data packs.
It's
तो पहले ही Google
1024
कर लिया रहेगा.
MBS.
Yes, 1024 what? TB.
MBS.
सबसे छोटा क्या है? Like सबसे पहले क्या आता है? KB. That is kilobytes.
Kilobytes.
Then MB. Then GB. And then TB. Okay. Next. So please mark the answer as 1024 MB. Next one. Everybody knows the answer. And the options are so silly, no? Okay, online, I hope even you are listening to the discussion of the general knowledge questions. Online? Okay. Question number 5. Which probe launch influenced the movie Mission Mangal?
First
Ma'am, Mars orbiter
So,
mission.
Okay, you can tell me the option number.
one.
Okay, first, option
One.
number 1. Okay, good. Online, good. Which revolutionary established the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan? ये
Lal
हमको
Bahadur
क्या
Shastri.
मालूम? Oh, you know Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yes, very good. Good, good. Like, I thought, okay, I'm growing old and you're going too young. But it's good to see even you are a bit old. Yeah, the answer is for 5th one, it's option 1. For 6th one, it's option 2. Okay. Right. Who is the writer for the God of Small Things? Yes? Just a
What
minute.
is
Yes?
the question? What is the answer of question number 4?
It's COVID-19 coronavirus. Option 3. Okay, who is the writer for the God of Small Things? We just discussed in the
Arundhati
worksheet.
Roy.
Arundhati Roy.
Arundhati Roy.
Arundhati Roy.
Yes, Arundhati Roy. Next one. Where does the Bhil tribe where is the Bhil tribe found?
Gujarat.
It is found in it's found in Rajasthan. It's not found in Gujarat.
Okay.
Okay. What is famous in Nagpur?
Oranges.
Good.
Misal pav?
Good. No misal pav. I don't know where there is misal pav
Oranges.
famous. It's famous all over Maharashtra, I think. Oranges. Nagpur is known for oranges. Right. How long does a test match last? Yes, over 5 days. ये नहीं आया, so then I don't know. मैं आपको general knowledge में क्या पढ़ने बोलूं? Like you don't know anything about test matches, cricket, especially boys. Then okay. Next one. When is Earth Day celebrated?
22nd April.
Very good online. Very good. Anybody here? 23rd July. Wow, so many options. Earth Day, जिधर जिसके ऊपर बैठे हो अभी उसके बारे में ही नहीं मालूम यार. It's 22nd of April. Okay, next one. Taekwondo is from which country?
Korea.
No, Japan. It's Korea.
Okay.
Now they all look like same. Korean, Japanese, Chinese, all look same. But then they have different culture. They're different. You can say sports. Like which state in India has its own constitution?
Jammu and Kashmir.
Jammu
Yeah,
and
online is
Kashmir.
very good. Online very good. It's Jammu and Kashmir. What are we fighting for? Next one. Name the smallest continent in the world. It's
Australia.
Australia. Good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to alter your answers. You have to correct your answers and write the score on the top. Okay? Like you have to be honest to yourself. Then what is the language from which the word tsunami comes from?
Japanese.
Yes, online correct. Anybody else? Friends?
Japanese.
Gujarati nahi?
Japanese.
Of course, it's Japanese. First one. Okay? So I hope you got your
What is
scores, please. Just a minute, online. Please count your scores and write it on the top of your sheet. Yes, online, what's said out?
What is the question number's answer of 7?
Question number 7. It's Arundhati Roy. Okay, so I'll just close this and open my CS question for you. So that we can solve. Okay, so you have to be very honest with your answers. Huh? How many of you scored more than 10? You have to be very honest. And it's not bad if it is less than 10. But then 10? Ah, okay. 10 or more than 10. Very good. 12, 12, 10, 12.
10.
Okay. Okay, and how many are in the range of 1 to 10? It's okay. It's definitely not bad. I myself, I don't know many things about GK. I will do
15.
my work or keep sitting and reading GK. It's
15.
definitely fine. 15, good, good, very good. Anybody got 15 on 15? Nobody? Nobody? So now you know. Now you know the at least अभी तक क्या पढ़ना है GK में मालूम नहीं था. अभी आपको कुछ तो मालूम है कि आपको कहाँ से start करना. Okay? So we start with the CS1. Okay? I mean the computer basics. And I hope you score some. I want somebody to be 15 in this. Okay. So, okay. What's the first one? A dash is a large and expensive computer. Yes, online you're correct.
Mainframe.
Who said mainframe? Yes, it's mainframe computers. See, personal computers is what you use at home. Definitely not large, वरना lift में भी नहीं जाएगा, staircase पे भी नहीं fit होगा. Main and then tablet computers, of course, they're small, they're portable. Handheld computers, again, they're small and portable. So what remains large? It is the mainframe. They are also called as super frame computers. Okay, they are also called as supercomputers. Okay, next one. When your computer stops working suddenly, it is referred to as a
Crash.
My laptop is on,
crash,
somebody turns off the
crash.
button. What happens?
Crash.
Yes, online, you're correct. My system dies. My system dies. How many
Ma'am,
of
it
you say
crashes.
crash? So what are your correct option? What is the other? If you don't say crash, then what is it? Die. Next, die, crash. So my system crashes. Crash. Yeah, when does the system die? When now it's been 5 years of validity, now my hard disk is not working, constantly my computer is beeping, so I need some replacement. So system basically never dies, it always crashes. Okay, so option 1 online, even for you, its answer is crash. Next one, all computers must
An
have
operating system.
yes online, very
An
good.
operating system.
Here, गुड सो मैंने क्या बताया था कि मैं मार्केट से सब कुछ खरीद लाऊं, ओएस ही ना लाऊं तो विल आई बी एबल टू इवन स्टार्ट द सिस्टम?
No.
So my CPU was dash of my computer, and what was the heart?
Processing unit.
Ma'am, the processor is the
The
heart of the
processor is the
computer.
heart. Yes, and a processor consists what? आप OS कहीं पे लोड, कहाँ पे लोड करेंगे? प्रोसेसर में लोड करेंगे, इसलिए हाई स्पीड प्रोसेसर्स चाहिए ताकि आपका अच्छा कोई ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम अच्छे से स्मूथली चल सके. ओके, सो प्लीज मार्क ऑप्शन 2 एन ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. I want to meet you people both after the lecture. Like I would like to know the discussions too. Laptops are.
Portable, lightweighted. and
Portable,
very
lightweighted.
Anybody got this question wrong? Anybody got this question wrong? Okay. So it is portable, lightweight, and fit into briefcases. Okay, option number 3. Next one, devices that make up a computer system that you can see or touch. Now,
Hardware.
thank God. Otherwise,
Please
you
can you
would say.
scroll
Hardware.
down?
Ma'am, can
Yeah,
you
I'll
just
scroll.
scroll?
I'll scroll. Yes, yes. Where are we on question number?
Fifth.
Okay, fine. Okay. So it's hardware. Otherwise, I बोले प्रिंट, वो प्रिंटर से आता है ना, तो प्रिंटर हार्डवेयर है, तो इसको टच कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं आप लोग. I cannot make any guess of any questions. Which question you erased and changed, by the way? 11th, no? Okay. You'll have to tell me the previous answer also. Okay. Next, dash contains specific rules and words that express the logical steps
Programming
of
language.
Syntax.
an
Programming
algorithm. Yes,
Syntax.
online, you're
Programming
correct.
language.
Yes. Anybody here?
Programming language.
What? Sorry. Logic chart. Anybody else? मैंने C program बोला ना? I told you, remember that programming language. I am communicating with you with a common language. But when I have to communicate with the computer, computer understands binary 0 1. I need a language to communicate. That is say C program. So वो interpreter क्या करता था? मैं C programs में instructions देती हूँ, वो interpret करके उसको binary में convert करके system को बताता है. So it is programming language. Please mark the answer as programming language. Next one, to prepare a presentation or slideshow, you need to
PowerPoint.
tell me.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, 1-on-1. इसका एक मार्क तो आना ही चाहिए. Next, an error in a computer program is called
Bug.
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 Yeah, online you're correct. Very good. Who said virus here? Okay, anybody else? Virus यही था? अच्छा. Virus, तुमने virus mark किया है? Erase मत करना अभी उसको. So it's a bug. Now I'll tell you a very common example. We are using Android phones. Let the phone, use the phone for say 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. Then the applications in that phone start crashing by themselves. Like suppose you're using some application and it just goes off, suddenly shuts down, goes from the background as well. And there is a pop-up that says MIUI bug reported. So now what happens is, if I am a software developer, what I will do is when I'm creating an application, I know that मैंने ऐप बनाया, अभी इसमें ये चीज अच्छे से नहीं चल रही है, एक पर्टिकुलर मॉड्यूल बराबर नहीं काम कर रहा है, बट मुझे रिलीज करना है, कस्टमर इज आस्किंग फॉर द एप्लीकेशन. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल मेक जुगाड़. I will do something and make it look as if it is working properly. That is what software engineers do. Okay, because whenever you are developing a system, testing is done and the testing results in lots of bugs. Bugs means system will run properly, but with you can say over a period of time, it will stop working as per the user's requirement. And that over of time is say 3 to 5 years. तो कोई भी बंदा फोन 3 साल से ज्यादा यूज करता ही नहीं, 3 साल में एक बार फोन चेंज हो ही जाता है. So the bugs are very, you can say the reporting of the bug happens to the end user at a very, you can say the percentages might be hardly 10. Okay, so this bug is nothing but it is a kind of error. It is not halting any execution of my system. My system is executing very nicely and very properly. Okay, but it will come up with a period of time. Okay, so please mark the answer as bug. Next one, which is the slowest internet connection?
Dial-up service.
Yes, very good online. Dial-up services. What are dial-up services? Do you know? Telephone providers से जो आप internet connections use करते हैं, तो those are the slowest. Okay. Next, video conferencing required a microphone, speaker, and a.
Please scroll down.
Yes, I'll.
Can you scroll?
Yes, yes, yes. Done. Okay. So what's the answer for the question number 10?
Video
Good
camera.
online. Very good.
Video camera.
Video
Very
camera.
basic. Next, to reload a web page.
Refresh.
Online,
Reload.
correct? See, now the question says reload. Okay. The question is saying reload and the option has reload. So what will you do? Reload. No. It is always refresh. कभी भी आपका पेज hang हो जाता है, it just gets stop navigating. It does not allow you to navigate. What do? You just, there is a refresh icon there on the top of your browser. Have you seen? So what do? You just click on it. So it refreshes your page. It does not reload your page. Okay. So please mark the answer and read option number 4, refresh. Next one, devices that allow you to put information into the system. It's basically into the computer.
Input.
Then that is input devices. Okay. Yes, online it's correct. Input devices. Then keyboards, scanners,
Output devices.
micro.
Output devices.
But I am put keyboard, scanners, and microphones are examples of.
Input.
Yes, online that's correct here.
Input.
चलो स्कैनर और माइक्रोफोन एक बार नहीं भी समझ में आए, कीबोर्ड तो समझना. Keyboard I press and the computer talks to me. Is it the computer is talking to me via the keyboard, or I am talking to the computer via the keyboard? I am talking via the keyboard. So that is giving. I am giving instructions. I am giving input. So they come into the category of input device. Next one, the central processing unit. It is क्या था उसका short
Arithmetic
form?
logic unit.
C, central processing unit. वो diagram याद करो. Yes, CPU. Okay, the CPU contains which of the following as a component? Yes, there was ALU, right? Arithmetic logic unit. Next one, 8 bits of data is called. 8 bits of data is
Byte.
called.
Byte.
8 bits of data is called. We discussed this already.
Option 4.
Bytes. Okay, 8 bits make 1. 8
Byte.
bits make 1 byte. And single bit is only 1. Single bit में 2 values थी. Single bit में कितनी values थी? Two values, but they are basically either 0 or. फिर ones complement कैसे निकालते हैं? Ones complement subtraction करना है. हम general, अगर if I talk generally subtraction in the term subtraction, then suppose if I say 3 minus 2, so your assumption is it should give you 1. So computer will also give you 1, but how? It will not use the minus sign, but it will do what? पहले addition करेगा, but सबसे पहले क्या करेगा? Ones complement करेगा. Ones complement means 0 का हो जाएगा and 1 का हो जाएगा. Good. And then we add 1 to it. Okay, as per binary rules, there are, just like your accounts and all, you have rules and set of formulas that you apply. So we still have like 15 minutes to go, at least 10 minutes to go. So we'll just brush up with everything. We started with computer organization. I know it's so boring to hear the same thing again and again, but can't help it. Okay, so we start with computer organization and architecture. Architecture module. Before I open the diagram, I want you to tell me how many modules did you see? क्वेश्चन था जिसमें कंप्यूटर आर्किटेक्चर या आंसर था और कंप्यूटर पार्ट्स, ऐसा ऑप्शन, 2 ऑप्शन में से आपको चूज करना था, वर्कशीट में था ना। हाँ, सो पार्ट्स में कौन से पार्ट्स मैंने बताए थे आपको, वो डायग्राम याद करो, यहाँ पे जो था, इनपुट आउटपुट गुड, वेरी गुड, देन सीपीयू गुड, ऑनलाइन वेरी गुड,
CPU.
देन सीपीयू का जो बॉक्स था उसमें कुछ 3 ब्लॉक्स थे, सेकेंडरी मेमोरी आल्सो वाज देयर, गुड, वेरी गुड। अभी वो सीपीयू के 3 ब्लॉक्स में से एक अब भी जस्ट ALU आया, yes, good, then control unit, online, very good, then one more, main, that was main memory, good. So you people are not sleeping. Okay, so your entire architecture comprises of these basic things, that is input. So you know, input devices are devices which give input data to your system. Okay, then output devices are devices which get, they are basically used by the system to show some output to the user. Okay, then a program in execution is also called as a process. A program which is running, it is called as a process. Program which is in execution, वो किस में स्टोर होता है, हार्ड डिस्क में या रैम में? अभी ये मेरा डॉक्यूमेंट है PDF, इट इज रनिंग, सो इट इज इनसाइड हार्ड डिस्क और रैम, बट अगर मैंने इसको सेव करके क्लोज कर दिया, कहां पे चला जाएगा? हार्ड डिस्क. ओके, देन टाइप्स ऑफ मेमोरीज, रैम एंड रोम. रैम फुल फॉर्म रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी, रोम रीड ओनली मेमोरी. डिफरेंस, वन ओनली यू कैन रीड. सो मेरा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो आपने बताया, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज वेयर, इन रैम और रोम? रोम, शी इज करेक्ट. मैंने क्या बोला? रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी मींस रनिंग प्रोग्राम इन एग्जीक्यूशन इज इन रैम. सिस्टम ऑफ रैम क्लियर, सिस्टम ऑन रैम लोडेड. सो अगर मैं ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम रैम में रखती हूँ तो मैंने एक बार बटन ऑफ किया, मेरा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम चला जाएगा, तो वो मैं रैम में तो नहीं रख सकती ना. सो इट इज ऑलवेज इनसाइड रोम. ओके, एंड व्हाई रीड ओनली, व्हाई इट इज इनसाइड रोम? बिकॉज वो सिस्टम जब स्टार्ट होता है, प्रोसेसर रीड करता है ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, दैट इज व्हाई रीड ओनली. उसको लिखना तो है नहीं, उसके अंदर सिर्फ रीड करना है और ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम लोड करना है और कंप्यूटर चालू करके देना है सिस्टम को, यूजर को. अंडरस्टूड? सो दैट इज व्हाई रोम हैज योर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम and RAM has programs in execution. Okay, then that was 2 types of memory. Then there was ALU, we discussed ALU, arithmetic logic unit. फिर वो क्या करता है ALU? what does it basically do? Arithmetic calculations and logical calculations. Okay, arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction. Okay, and logical calculations like manipulate. Good, abhi options mein tha na, data manipulation. Okay, then comes, we talk about the secondary memory. I told you there are 2 types of memory, sub first memories, like primary and secondary. Primary kaun hai and secondary kaun hai? I told you this.
Primary memory, RAM.
Yeah, along with it, hard disk is also your secondary memory, and primary is your RAM. Okay, so always remember, RAM is primary, hard disk is secondary. The program which I want to run is loaded into primary. Once it is done, it goes back to secondary. तो आप अगर बोलेंगे कि मैंने ये फाइल RAM में सेव की है तो गलत है, ये फाइल हार्ड डिस्क के अंदर सेव की गई. Is that clear? So whatever you are saving into your system goes where? Into secondary, and while reading you read it from the secondary. Again, read करने के लिए आपको 2 चीजें चाहिए, बस चाहिए ना. How will the अभी assume करो कि कंप्यूटर सिस्टम में अंदर जो भी कंपोनेंट्स है वो एक दूसरे से कम्युनिकेट कैसे करेंगे? विद द हेल्प ऑफ, you need some mode of transport to reach here, right? If you want to come walking, then you have to keep that much time in buffer and leave and come walking, right? So for the system, there is no choice of walk. The bits cannot walk; they have to travel. So when they travel, they are traveling with the help of buses. Okay, 2 types of buses. Anybody? Address bus, data bus. Okay, and address bus is what kind of bus it is? Bidirectional or unidirectional?
Biden.
Address bus is
Unidirectional.
Biden.
address bus is
Unidirectional.
Uni.
yes, online you're correct. Address bus is
Address bus is unidimensional and data bus is bidirectional.
yes, you're correct. Yes, address bus is unidirectional, and the direction goes from the processor to the hard disk, because the processor picks up the address and searches the file in the hard disk. So it is one way, no, not coming back. Okay, It's a request. Please keep your phones on silent next time when you come for the lecture. Okay, done. Now I talk about data bus. I was searching a file. I need an address. I searched the address. I'm going to that address. I got the address. I got the file. Now the file has to come back to me, no, so that I can show it to the user. मतलब हार्ड डिस्क से लेके अभी रैम में डालनी है, तो उसको बाय डायरेक्शनल होना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि अभी वो मेरे पास आया, मैंने रैम में डाल दिया, यूजर यूज कर रहा है. अभी वही फाइल, दैट फाइल इज अगेन बीइंग एडिटेड बाय द यूजर इज एडिंग डेटा टू द फाइल, सो इट हैज टू गो बैक टू द हार्ड डिस्क, नो. इफ आई इसीलिए आप जब सेव नहीं करते तो आपका डेटा नहीं मिलता. आप कोई भी फाइल, अभी ऑटो सेव इज अ फीचर व्हिच इज नाउ इट इज हेल्पिंग द यूजर टू, द सिस्टम इज ऑटो सेविंग द कंटेंट, बट ऑटो सेव अगर सपोज इट इज नाउ से 10:22 something auto saved, I'm editing and my system auto saved it and crash हो गया system. तो जब आप ऑन करते हैं ना, तो 22 point something seconds के बाद मैंने जो लिखा था वो नहीं मिलेगा. Understanding? So this thing is bidirectional. Data thing has to be bidirectional. Okay, so that is why data bus is bi and address bus is one way, unidirectional. Okay, what else is left? Then bit byte, smallest unit of information, and 1 byte is 8 bits. Smallest unit of information is 1 bit. Then this number system we discussed. Your computer has lot many different number system, binary, decimal, hexadecimal. Decimal का range क्या था? 0 to 10, no? 10 क्यों नहीं?
0 to 9.
तो आप 0 to 9 काउंट करोगे तो कितने हो जाते हैं? इसीलिए उधर ही अटकता है. ठीक है? So 0 to 9. Then hexadecimal had two ranges, 0 to
0 to 9 and 8 to F.
Very good. Online 0 to 9 and 8 to F. Okay. And then decimal again 0 to 9, hexadecimal 0 to 9, 8 to F, and binary. Why it is called binary?
0 and 1.
By two values, either 0 or 1. Okay. Anything else apart from this which is left to discuss for today? Nothing? Okay. So we solved the worksheets, 40 questions. We'll have the same format. 40 questions for the worksheet, 15 questions for your test. That's for computer basics. For GK, 25 questions in the worksheet and 15 questions in the test. Okay, so next time when we meet, I would like that we just have a quick interaction for the first 5-10 minutes on what topics we did today. Okay, if you want, you can revise the worksheet and come. That's all. That will also do. Okay, any doubts apart from that? Hari, अभी तो vacations चालू है ना? I'm just asking. से पूछ रही हूँ. Okay, good. So hope to see you again. Even for the one who was sitting for the demo, I hope we get to see you again. Okay, online students, I'll stop sharing and I hope to see you all again next time. I think you guys have done good today. You answered very well and very quick answering GK and computer basics. Very
Thank you,
good.
ma'am.
Thank you. See you again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.